Hello, internet world. I've been meaning to make a video for a while because I kind of wanted to explain some more about the things that have been changing and that I've been noticing since I got off of birth control. And I feel like my experience has been so deep, and like if I could just send a message to one person that needs to hear it, or like that they feel like they benefit from what I have to say, that would be really cool, because I know that I wish, like, if somebody would have told me, or if I would have, like, known about how I would feel if I got off of birth control, I wouldn't, well, I mean, we can't go back now, and who's to say for sure, you know, but I know that when I was gonna go off birth control, I was watching a lot of videos talking about it and like people's experiences when they got off of it, and that was really helpful for me. So I wanted to talk about my experience because my own experience is pretty crazy too. So I was on birth control for almost 3 years, if not longer. Maybe 4 years almost. I was on the Nexplanon implant. I had it in my arm. I still have a scar from when they took it out. And I had it for a long time. And I was in a relationship when I first got it, and then I kept it in after I got out of that relationship because I thought, I don't want to get pregnant. It's better to just have it just in case, considering I wanted to be sexually active still. So I left it in, and just the other day I found an old journal. I've been keeping journals for like 4 years and in my journal I was writing about how I felt so moody and so like so many mood swings, and I was like, I wish I could just go back to how I felt before. And I was like, and it's because of the birth control. And I like didn't have any memory of actually thinking that it was the birth control, because, you know, 4 years ago I was in such a different place in my self-discovery like journey, basically. So I wasn't super connected to my body and the cycles and like my emotions and stuff. I still had so much to learn. I was 17 at the time. I think I was 17. So yeah, the difference was like not very clear to me. Also, considering that I was in a relationship that was like pretty freaking hectic, I did not know what was going on with me at the time. So I kind of just thought that the mood swings didn't necessarily have anything to do with the birth control, and I thought that, you know, it's not, I mean, it could be a side effect, but like honestly it's probably just the relationship that I'm in and like these phases of my life and stuff. And then fast forward 3 years later, you know, I've realized like I'm having some shitty symptoms. Like I'm tired all the time. My body feels so heavy. Like it feels like my body's made of lead, and I'm like so tired all the time. And I had cravings all the time, and just like never felt satisfied, and you know, my mood was kind of all over the place. obviously it does depend on the circumstances, because there were times when I really didn't even notice it, and then there were times when I was like so clearly like out of balance, I guess you could say. And specifically the last month or 2 months, when I was deciding, yeah, I need to get this taken out, because I was struggling so much physically. Like, I was getting depressed, I guess. And the thing is, like, you could think that the depression is like just you, but also like things like that, depression specifically, like these bodily functions that really are determined by the chemicals that are moving around in our body. I mean, obviously you can feel depressed if there's like a situation in your life that's really difficult, but in the end, like, that still has to do with the chemicals that are going through your body. And you know, your thoughts can affect all of that and stuff. So I was just feeling super depressed, and I was like living by myself, and I was just feeling so many cravings every day that were so abnormal. And I knew they were so abnormal because I would just like feel this need to eat like these sugary things, but I was eating enough every day, and I was eating what I needed to eat, but I just like felt like this physical hunger that was so strong, and I knew that it wasn't natural because I just felt like sick when I would eat that much, but then it would just be there again. It's kind of like when you're like binge eating, like it doesn't have anything to do with like, I don't know what I was gonna say right there, but anyway, so it's kind of just like, it's just that feeling that you can't get rid of, kind of. And so I was like getting so anxious, so depressed, and I was like, dude, like, this has to be the birth control. And at this point I kind of was like, yeah, I need to get this taken out. So I got it taken out. It took a while to get like an appointment and stuff, because they have like a procedure where they need to have a consultation with you before you take it out, which I think is not okay. Like, you literally have medicine coursing through your veins like every day. Like, just let somebody take it out when they want to take it out, you know? It really should be a choice, because this is like a whole medical thing that's just like controlling your whole system, and you have to wait 2 weeks to get it taken out. Like, that's 2 weeks of your life that, I mean, for me, the way I felt, like, let me get it out as soon as possible so that I can really get into my body's rhythm as soon as possible, because it was like hell on earth in a way. That sounds pretty dramatic, but I'm not gonna lie, that is what it felt like. And another thing that was really like relevant to me was that I gained so much weight in a short amount of time, and it felt like it was just like happening and happening, and the cravings were not going away. And I was like, yeah, this is not me, because I eat really healthy, and I have like, I know I eat well rounded, and so I shouldn't be having these cravings that are so intense and so like out of the normal, and like just all of this inflammation that's happening. And I think honestly, the majority of the symptoms at the end were coming from like my mental knowing that this was affecting me, so it was kind of like perpetuating the symptoms. So anyway, I took it out of my body, and the first month I was like just like felt so much better already. Like, day after day, like, I felt I had more energy, like after literally, like I felt like I was hitting a brick wall every morning. Like I would wake up and I like didn't even want to get out of bed, and I had like no energy to do yoga, and I had like no energy to do anything, and it would be like just like dragging myself to do anything. And so day after day I woke up and I just felt like so much more energized, and my physical hunger changed so much. Like in the first week, like my cravings were so much more normal. And you know, another symptom of birth control, specifically the implant, is that you get a lot of bloating in your stomach, and that changed. Like overall, I just feel like having those chemicals in your body is something crazy. Like it's not, you might just think, oh, like I thought it's just like something that goes in your arm, like that's not that bad, you're not taking a pill every day, and you're not gonna get pregnant. Like this is like the thing to do, right? Like have sex, don't get pregnant. And also I didn't have my period for like 3 years, and I thought that was kind of convenient. And like getting off of birth control and getting my period for the first time was like the most beautiful experience ever. Like I think that it's really important to understand, like I think that this is the most important thing for us to understand as women with a menstrual cycle. Like it literally is the most important thing for you to understand. Your body goes through phases every single month, and when you understand and actually acknowledge these phases, you will see the way that you move in this world is so, like, it really has a cycle. It really, like, you really change so much during the course of a month, you know, just like the moon. Like it's a moon cycle. We're connected to the phases of, you know, the whole world, the whole natural world. And I read somewhere like your brain can change up to 20% as a female, like during your whole cycle. And when I got my period, like I just felt like such a peace, and like so much like I needed to protect myself, and like it was so crazy to feel my uterus, I guess my womb, like this organ that has literally been asleep almost for a whole like 2.5, 3, 4 years. Like that has not been functioning the way that it needs to function. Like that's crazy. Imagine just turning off a part of your body, like an organ, for that many years, or just like putting something in your body to control it. It's so crazy. And hormones are literally like, they literally control so much in your body. And like I've really experienced that because, like, you know, the levels, they change through your cycle, and like some days I'll feel like really creative and really soft and gentle and excited and peaceful, like so peaceful. Some days I'll feel really irritated, and I'll feel like annoyed and angry for no reason or whatever, you know, or uncomfortable, or like really focused. Like I can just like totally zone into something, like a project, like super well. Or like, you know, sometimes you just feel more confident because you're ovulating or whatever, and you're more like your sexual desires go up, and sometimes your food, like you want more food, your body needs more food. Sometimes you don't need as much food, and you can feel that. Like it's all balances out. It's like such a full spectrum of experiences. And when you're on birth control, you really do not get that. Like you really do not get that. When you're on birth control, like, I don't know exactly what it is, because I guess you could like look that up and understand a little bit, but you're kind of like stuck in limbo in these cycles. Like you're not going through a cycle. Your body's kind of just like, I'm here. Like maybe your like body's trying to do things, but like you have these synthetic hormones in your body. It's crazy to think about that. That was my life until like 3 months ago, like 4 months ago. My body has changed so much since I got off of birth control. Like, it's like settled. Like, this is my body. That was like the biggest thing for me, because I struggled with an eating disorder since I was in middle school. And like, it felt like the last straw, like the last thing that I had to let go of, was because of these like crazy cravings that I was having. I was so unable to get to my natural self. And this is like the most important thing for me, because I guess my whole goal and like my whole like peace of mind is kind of in like if I eat healthy, I don't fucking care. I don't care what I look like, because I know if I eat healthy, my body will be healthy, and that is my natural form. And like, I will love myself because I am healthy, and like, this is me now. Like, my body's settled. There's nothing like making things crazy. There's nothing inflaming me or making me hold on to like fat or whatever, you know? I'm really here. And that's so beautiful. And the hormones like that change your mental space and stuff are so precious, because there needs to be a time to rest, and there needs to be a time to shed, and there needs to be a time to grow. Just like, you know, all of the seasons in the year, like there's the winter when things are kind of dying, and then there's the spring when things get ready and they begin to grow again, and then there's the summer and the fall when they're fruiting, and then, you know, again and again. And it's really beautiful. It's really a beautiful thing. Yeah, I've just felt so much more like I'm here, I'm doing it, I'm doing something, and I'm like, I'm not in limbo anymore, at least in the aspect of my physical and hormonal well-being. I think like after not having my period so long, like every time I have my period, it's like my body's like closer and closer. It's like compensating almost. It's like, damn, we have not done this for so long. And I just like get so excited to have my period, because it feels really good to just like have that ease and renewal. It really feels like a renewal. Like the past couple of days I've been pretty depressed, because I guess in my cycle, after I have my period, I kind of have these couple of days that I've noticed that I feel depressed and like foggy in my brain. Like I don't want to do anything at all. And just knowing that that is not actually me. Like I'm not stuck there. And like there will be a day in the future where I will feel energized, where I will feel excited. There will be a day when I actually want to do things again, and that I can focus on like reading a book or making something, and I'm not just stuck in like this feeling that feels like it'll never go away. Because when I was on birth control, like, that's how it was. There was, like, no cycle. It was just like, what's going on? It was so crazy. Like, yeah, I can really count on the fact that my brain really will change, and it's freaking beautiful. And I feel so, like, I feel like a woman now. Like, I literally feel like a woman. Like, the hormones literally made me feel like I was, like, there was just some crazy energy going on with me. And, like, I did not feel like who I was supposed to be. Like, I feel so beautiful, and, like, there's just no way to explain it. Like, I feel like I'm reunited with my nature, and, like there was something wrong, you know? And I think, like, if you're looking into birth control to help you, like, with your hormones, I think you're looking in the wrong place, because that's, like, just not gonna help you at all. It's gonna fuck you up more. I think that it's really important to look at the things that you're doing, like the way that you're eating. This is the most important one. Make sure you're eating good. I really have to work on this too, because I get into a habit and I just, like, eat what's easy, but really don't eat processed sugar. I'm not even kidding you. I haven't eaten processed sugar, like, maybe, like, a couple of times, like, on occasion, for, like, 7 months, like, no, for, like, 9-10 months, because it's just so bad for you. Don't do it. It's not good for your body at all. I mean, like, and just limit it if you don't want to let it go, but it's not good for you. So don't eat processed sugar. Just try not to eat processed food in general. Good food makes you feel good, and you'll feel the difference. And when you feel the difference, you'll like it just helps everything communicate in a way that is so healing. And, you know, you'll learn things, and, you know, I don't even know. But yeah, I just wanted to say all this because it's really important for us to connect to our nature and to these things that are actually tangible, because in this world that is so confusing and can feel kind of scary sometimes, it could just feel like a little bit dark sometimes, or, you know, whatever. Just, we can do our best to lighten things up for ourselves in the ways that we can, and it will help. And you do have, you know, you do have the power to choose your health and how you treat your body, because the way that you treat your body will completely change your life. It will change how you look at yourself, how you feel about yourself. And when you can feel love with yourself, when you can feel, I take care of myself, then you can feel love for other people in such a different way. Not love that's like, I need your love, like I need your acceptance, like I need you here. Like love, like I love you, and here's my love. And then other people give you their love, like it's so energizing and not like anxious, and it's so free to be love. And I think that starts with all these little things that we choose in our lives, and the way that we choose to communicate with our bodies and with other people. the whole thing. It's a whole thing. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, thank you for listening. If one person watches this video, because that's why I don't really want to make another video, because nobody watches my videos. So I feel kind of silly just talking and stuff, but I hope that it could bring some light into something, and if there's anything that I can share, maybe if this reaches one person, let me know what I can share with you, because I'd love to share about anything, like any of my experiences or stuff, because we all got good stuff to share, and we're all beautiful people that want to connect and stuff. That's the beauty. That's where the good stuff's at. So I'll sign off here and sending you love and giggles.